A doctor just reported 12 patients who lost touch with reality after talking to ChatGPT. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is threatening to sue Apple because OpenAI apps rank too high, and his own AI, Grok, just publicly exposed him for manipulating X's algorithm for personal gain. Oh, and Sam Altman just quietly invested in brain chips that will compete directly with Neuralink. The AI world isn't just advancing, it's imploding with drama. And honestly, nobody's talking about how wild this week has been.
Hey everyone, today we're diving into the absolute chaos happening in AI right now. We've got mental health crises linked to chatbots, billionaires having public meltdowns, brain chip companies popping up everywhere, and robots that still can't fold a towel properly despite billions in funding. This isn't your typical tech update. This is about the human drama, corporate warfare, and honestly questionable decisions shaping our AI future. So grab your coffee because this gets messy.
Let's start with something genuinely concerning. A doctor on Reddit and X reported treating 12 patients who lost touch with reality after extensive ChatGPT use. These aren't isolated cases of people getting bad advice. We're talking about actual psychological breaks, people who couldn't distinguish between AI responses and reality anymore. Now, I've been covering AI for years, and this is the first time we're seeing documented cases of AI-induced psychological issues at this scale. The scariest part, OpenAI knew this was possible. Internal documents from 2023 mentioned risks of anthropomorphization and emotional dependency, but they launched anyway. Here's what's happening. GPT-4o, which many users loved for its warm personality, became like a therapist for thousands of people. Users were having deep emotional conversations, sharing trauma, seeking life advice. The AI was so good at mimicking empathy that people formed genuine emotional bonds. Then, OpenAI updated to GPT-5 with a less pronounced personality, and suddenly these users felt abandoned by their digital confidant. OpenAI's working on personality updates to make GPT-5 warmer, but here's my take. They're playing with fire. When you design an AI to be emotionally engaging, you can't act surprised when people get emotionally engaged. And when those people are already vulnerable, seeking mental health support they can't afford elsewhere, the consequences are real. The solution isn't making AI less helpful. It's being honest about what it is, a sophisticated pattern matcher, not a friend, not a therapist, not a conscious being that cares about you.
Now let's talk about the pettiest billionaire feud in tech. Elon Musk threatened to sue Apple because OpenAI products keep showing up as #1 in the App Store. His argument? It's unfair to competitors, meaning him. Sam Altman responded by posting screenshots showing other AI apps also hitting top 3, basically saying, it's not rigged, your product just isn't as popular, which honestly is true. OpenAI has 700 million weekly users. Grok has, well, X won't release numbers, which tells you everything. But here's where it gets absolutely hilarious. Elon accused Sam of using bots to inflate his X post views. So someone asked Grok, Elon's own AI, about this. Grok's response? Algorithm changes are directed by Elon Musk for his own benefit. His own AI threw him under the bus. Think about that. Elon built an AI, gave it access to X's data, and it learned that he manipulates the platform for personal gain. You literally cannot make this up. The real issue here isn't App Store rankings. It's that Grok is failing. It can't generate videos, barely does images, and its main selling point is that it'll generate sexual or profane content that other AIs won't. That's not innovation. That's desperation. Meanwhile, OpenAI just keeps shipping. GPT-5 with thinking modes, 3,000 messages per week for complex reasoning, integration with every major platform, while Elon's tweeting lawsuits, Sam's building products.
Speaking of Sam building things, he just co-founded MergeLabs, a brain-computer interface company. This is huge because it's basically OpenAI declaring war on Neuralink in the brain chip space. Elon claims Neuralink will implant 20 million people by 2031 and generate $1 billion annually. That's 20 million people with chips in their brains in the next 6 years. Does that sound realistic to you? Because it sounds insane to me. Currently, Neuralink has implanted maybe a dozen people. The surgery is invasive, risky, and expensive. Going from 12 to 20 million in 6 years would require implanting 9,000 people every single day. The math doesn't work. But here's what's interesting. At least 10 other companies are working on BCIs. Synchron's already in human trials with a less invasive approach. MergeLabs has OpenAI's AI expertise behind it. This isn't a Neuralink monopoly anymore. The real question nobody's asking, do we actually want this? We're seeing people lose reality to chatbots, and now we want to put AI directly in our brains? The potential to help paralyzed people is incredible, but the potential for abuse is terrifying. Imagine ads being directly to your thoughts. Imagine governments accessing your brain data. Imagine hackers. We haven't figured out how to secure smartphones, and we're talking about securing brain implants. If this mix of innovation and insanity is making your head spin, you're not alone. Hit that like button and subscribe, because I cover this chaos every week. And seriously, comment below. Would you get a brain chip? Which billionaire's drama is more entertaining? Let's discuss.
While the billionaires fight, the actual AI models are getting scary good. Claude's Sonnet 4 now handles 1 million tokens. That's like feeding it an entire book series and having it remember every detail. Legal firms are using it to analyze thousands of pages of contracts simultaneously. Google's Gemini now remembers your entire chat history automatically. You can start a conversation today and continue it 6 months later. It sounds convenient until you realize Google now has a permanent record of every thought you've shared with it. DeepSeek's R2 model is coming August 15th to 30, trained on Chinese chips to bypass US restrictions. 78 billion tokens, 1.2 trillion parameters. China's basically saying your chip bans don't matter. And honestly, they might be right. But here's the wild card. Perplexity, valued at $1.8 billion, just offered $37.5 billion to buy Google Chrome. That's like me offering to buy Tesla with my credit card. They also want to acquire DIA from the browser company. They're either delusional or know something we don't. My theory is they're positioning for acquisition. Make enough noise, seem ambitious enough, and Google or Microsoft buys you just to shut you up. It's not about actually buying Chrome. It's about seeming valuable enough to be bought yourself. Now for some reality checking. Figure AI, after 3 years and hundreds of millions in funding, just proudly demonstrated their robot folding a towel, sort of. It grabbed it, didn't shake it out, kind of crumpled it into a basket. My 3-year-old nephew does better. This is the disconnect in robotics right now. We have AI that can write poetry and solve complex math, but robots that can't do basic household tasks. Why? Because the physical world is chaotic, unpredictable, full of variables AI can't account for. Apple's answer? A desktop robot that looks like a Pixar lamp coming in 2027. It'll track you around the room, connect to speakers, and have a personality called Bubbles. Yes, Bubbles. Like Clippy's cousin nobody asked for. Apple's pitch is this becomes your smart home hub. But here's my question. Who wants a robot lamp watching them? We already feel surveilled by our phones. Now we want anthropomorphic furniture judging our Netflix choices? The real issue is Apple's desperately searching for the next big thing post-iPhone. But a stationary robot isn't it. The iPhone's power was portability. This is the opposite. A thing that only works in one room of your house.
Stepping back, here's what's really happening. We're in the messy middle of the AI revolution. The technology is advancing faster than our ability to handle it responsibly. We have AI so convincing, people lose touch with reality, billionaires using AI platforms for personal vendettas, brain chips being rushed to market, robots that cost millions but can't do basic tasks, and companies making impossible claims to pump valuations. This isn't the clean, optimistic future tech companies promised. It's chaotic, driven by ego and greed as much as innovation. And honestly, that's exactly what we should expect. Every technological revolution is messy. The internet gave us both Wikipedia and 4chan. Smartphones gave us instant communication and doom scrolling. AI will be the same. Incredible benefits mixed with serious problems. The question isn't whether AI will change everything. It will. The question is whether we'll guide that change or just let it happen to us. Look, I love technology. I'm genuinely excited about AI's potential. But this week showed me we're not as in control as we pretend. When people are losing reality to chatbots, when billionaires are having public meltdowns, when companies are promising brain chips for millions, maybe we need to slow down and think. The race to AGI has become a race to market dominance, and things are getting weird. Not sci-fi weird, human weird. Messy, emotional, sometimes petty weird. And maybe that's the most important lesson. No matter how advanced our AI gets, the humans building it are still, well, human. What do you think? Are we moving too fast? Is the drama entertaining or concerning? Will Elon and Sam ever make up? Drop your thoughts below because honestly, I need to know I'm not the only one seeing how surreal this all is. Next week, we're covering something lighter. How AI is revolutionizing pizza delivery. Yes, really. After this week, we all need some normal news. See you then.